All right, guys, so today we're going to print some t-shirts with our relief block, okay? So you're going to need a t-shirt, you're going to need some newsprint to put inside of your t-shirt, you're going to need a rolling pin. This is what we're going to use to press our block into our shirt after it's been inked up. You need your carved block, a brayer, a palette knife, some ink. We can use the same ink that we used for our relief project, which is the professional Speedball Professional Relief Ink, the Super Graphic Black, and a little spray bottle of water. So once you have all your supplies, we can get going. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna put newsprint inside of your shirt so that once you print it, your ink doesn't go through the shirt and hit on the back side, okay? So you're gonna open up your shirt and you're gonna have a couple pieces of newsprint. I would do at least two. We're gonna fold them in half. And you just want it to be in the middle of your shirt where your print is going to be. If you're printing on a tea towel or in a tote bag, you're going to want to put newsprint inside of the tote bag and behind the tea towel as well. So that way, for the same reason, you don't want the ink to go all the way through. Okay, so now you're going to ink up your block. You're going to ink it up a little bit heavier than you would if you were inking up your block for paper, because we want there to be more ink so that it can absorb into the fabric. Okay, so just a little bit higher velvet than for paper.
Okay, and so we're inking it up. We may want to put a little bit more ink down throughout the process just to make sure we get everything inked up good and well. We probably want to go at our block from both angles. Want to make sure that we have the entire thing covered and that we didn't miss any areas. Here's a close-up of the block after it's been inked up so you can see the texture of the ink on it. And yeah, it's ready to go.
Right, so now that we have our block fully inked up, make sure you have a generous amount of ink on it, but not too much. We're gonna have our shirt ready, but we wanna make sure we have clean hands. So I'm gonna wash my hands really quick to make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers, so that way our t-shirt doesn't have ink where it's not supposed to go. All right, so now we have our t-shirt that we have already prepped and put newsprint inside of. And I have a roll of tape here. So we're gonna use the tape as a guideline so that we drop our block in the right spot. So on a t-shirt, a typical rule of thumb is 3 or 4 fingers from the neck, from the collar. So because I don't have any friends here today, I'm gonna use some tape. Just put a piece of tape down at the 3-finger spot. Now that I've marked where my block is going to be dropped, I'm going to take my spray bottle and I'm going to just mist my shirt so that way it allows the ink to be more acceptable into the cotton of the shirt. Okay? So spray it down. Okay, just a little mist. And then we're going to take our block that we've already inked up. And now when you do this, you have to commit. Once you've dropped your block, that's it. It's game over. It's done. All right? So you're going to pay attention to where you're dropping it. And drop it. There you go. So now that we've dropped it, typically at this point in time, we would put a piece of chipboard on it. We would be running it through a press. But because we don't have any presses at home, we are going to roll over it with the rolling pin and see just how it goes. All right, here we go. You're gonna want to apply a lot of pressure, as much pressure as possible. So if you have some ink on the back side of your block, it might be a good idea to put a clean piece of newsprint on top of it. So that way, when you're rolling it up, ink doesn't get on your roller and then onto the rest of your shirt. All right, so now that we have pressed our block into the shirt, we are going to pull up the block for the grand reveal. So here we go.
house before dudes.
Once you're finished, you're gonna wanna put it on a hanger and put it in a closet or somewhere where it's not gonna touch anything, and you're gonna let the ink dry. Once the ink dries, then you can run it through the dryer for like one dryer cycle, and then the ink is set in there and you're good to go. In the shop here, we don't have a closet, so we're gonna roll our shirt up. So we'll put a piece of newsprint down on top of where we have printed so that our image doesn't stamp onto the rest of the shirt, and we're just gonna roll it up. There we go.